Having an approximate of 592,000 square kilometers, majority of it is classified as dry lands. It's in these regions that you come across indigenous fruits such as mabuyu, fufu and ukwaju.
These fruits are found in different places. They depend on the climate because like the tamarindas trees are common in Kitui. We find them even in Meru, and they are even found also in Siaya. Now if you talk about the vitex pios, these vitex fruits, we get them from Siakago, and we also get some from Kitui. If you talk about baobab, it's common in the dry areas. It's found in Kibwezi, it's found at the coast. So most of these fruits are actually dry land fruits.
Communities within this scope can now add value to the fruits and obtain products such as juice, wine and jam thanks to research by scientists.
Indigenous fruits can take this country far because as we realize, we have so many products that are on the shelves that have been imported. You're talking of marula from South Africa. I mean, we have these fruits here. Why can't we make products from our own instead of importing and using so much money? And yet we have these products here. So I just suggest that our communities should realize what they have, the potential they have, and make use of it.
Our communities found them valuable, but what we can do now is to enhance these communities, to grow them, to actually plant these trees on a sustainable base, because what we are exploiting at the moment are mainly from the natural resources. And at one point, if we are not replenishing them, then there will be one time then we'll not have these products. So one of the activities that Karura is doing is that we are trying to encourage communities to plant these trees on their farms, and they can manage them and they can be able to make products other than selling them as raw products.
Kenya Forestry Research Institute trains local communities that have now embraced a different socio-economic lifestyle. Zainabu Hamisi is one of such who is now an entrepreneur in end products from indigenous fruits.
We have jam, juice, wine made from indigenous fruits, which are very nutritious, 3 times higher than the other fruits. Okay, in our products, we don't add any chemicals. We just use natural preservatives, and we can say they are healthy. Like in making juice, you just soak the fruit for 10 to 15 minutes, then you extract the pulp. Okay, after that you sieve, then after sieving you add sugar, some honey as preservative, then you mix. After stirring very well, you put it on fire for at least for 5 minutes or 7 minutes for the sugar to dissolve, and make sure that if there's any contamination or any other germs, they are dead. After that, you just keep it aside for it to cool. After cooling, you just serve.
However, the small-scale business is yet to overcome some of the existing and stemming challenges.
The reason why I've not put it in a supermarket or in shops is because the preservative cannot make it stay for a longer time, like a month or 2. That's why I've not put it in shops or supermarket, but locally it's available.
Further from the fruits, dry lands produce one of the most precious commodities on earth. Right from our own backyards, precious presents that were first given to baby Jesus are available.
And what the pastoralists do, they pick the gums as they are grazing the animals. But then now there are projects which we've got involved in the last couple of years, where we've got now farmers, we encourage them to establish these acacia trees in plantations. But now slowly, because of now the droughts that we have been facing, quite a number of communities now are even seeing the importance of actually having farms. You know, they have large tracts of land, they're able to put up aloe gardens and aloe plantations, or even plantations on other products. Yeah.
The gum and resins vary in use, with the majority being used in food and drinks coloring and pharmaceutical companies. Kenya exports these products, and in 2011, they fetched $5.5 million.
Gums and resins are products that are found from trees which are growing in the dry areas. The country being 3/4 dry, this is a huge resource. And like in 2011, last year, the country was able to export 1,500 metric tons of gum resins, which earned quite a bit of $1 million, which is quite an income for the livelihoods of these communities.
You may have come across this herb sold on the streets or by the roadside, locally known as mukobero, which has gained popularity especially among men, but engulfed in misconception.
Women. Superstitiously, women were not able to consume the roots because they were fearing, because people misconstrued it to be Viagra. And we are saying strongly as carefully that Mondia White is not a Viagra, but it just manages the muscles of the brain and it removes the stress. It removes the stress. So if people are stress-free, then they become energetic, they gain the energy. And it manages diabetes. And the statement here is management, not treatment.
The herb is extracted from the roots and usually harvested after 3 to 5 years, mainly found in open, dry areas with rich soils. Scientists have now discovered how to blend it into meals and drinks.
With the value addition to powder, because it can stay longer on the shelf, that's one. Two, it can be used across the board. Even very sick people in the hospital, who cannot chew the roots, they can put this in tea or in milk. Because even if you take the whole of 50 grams now, it doesn't have any side effect. So it can be used. In fact, most recently, on our interviews to our customers, they put in githeri because they want to eat everything. And this is actually an appetizer. This is an appetizer, and it has calcium. Yeah, instead of ladies who are expecting mothers going for the soil.
Bamboo that is classified as grass is also one of the forest products that Kenya Forestry Research Institute is adding value to. Harvested within 3 years of its maturity, bamboo timber is proving to be a multi-purpose wood.
Dry and then processed to make any kind of furniture you want to make, from construction to furniture making. And it will stay longer, just like any other wood. You don't use nails, because when you try to drive inside the nail, the bamboo will split. So what we normally do, we use dowels. We call them dowels. Those are stick nails. That's where you drive the nail inside and with the glue, and then it will stay for many years as possible.
Thanks to the Japan government, the research center in Karura now welcomes bamboo for processing from farmers countrywide.
What we are doing, we make sure that we reach those people, those community, especially from where they have a potential bamboo, like those highlands. We go there, and also we are emphasizing the farmers to grow bamboo. Since now we have processing machines here, we can also buy their bamboo and do the processing, make the panels, then we can sell them in the market for processing to manipulate it to other products. Bamboo can make more than 1,200 products from bamboo.
With an aim to reduce felling of trees for furniture. Henry Minor, GBS.